Being influential and persuasive are professional skills. Salespeople need both, but often are not trained in either. Let's look at some new habits which will make all the difference. Welcome back to this weekly edition every Friday of the Japan Business Mastery Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be released soon. We are bringing the show to you from our studio in the High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minatoku, the business center of Tokyo. This is episode number 80, and we are talking about sales presenting skills. Before we get going, a quick word from our sponsor. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment, be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience. Everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear, and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is the product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now. Welcome back. Now it's time for the show. So let's get going. Being persuasive is a must when convincing buyers to give up their security, money, in exchange for the promise of higher value. Surprisingly, very few salespeople have ever had any presentation training whatsoever. The basics of presenting to an audience or to a buyer are the same. It could be one-to-one or one-to-many, but there are common skills that are needed. Let's start with the 6 impact points of persuasive presentations. 1, eyes. If we are talking to a buyer group, a board, or a few representatives from a department within the client company, we need to engage each of them with eye contact. Holding someone's gaze for around 6 seconds allows us to make our point without becoming too intrusive. Japanese buyers in particular can feel oppressed by prolonged strong eye contact. You should still make eye contact with them, but do it more sparingly. Number 2, our face. Our face, when animated, lends powerful support to our message. When something is great for the client, smile and show pleasure. When something is bad for the client, like taking no action and not buying, show some downheartedness at the thought of the client not getting the wonderful benefits of your solution. Number 3, voice. Monotone sounds put us to sleep. Our voice tonal modulation is a fantastic instrument. Classical music is full of lulls and storms and crashing crescendos. Their opposite nature makes the contrast so much more powerful. Slowing words down for emphasis works in any language. Speeding them up also works well. So what we are saying apart from the other words surrounding that phrase. Injecting power when we say something, or taking the power out, down to almost a whisper, is a clever variation in tonal delivery. 4, gestures. Gestures come more easily when we are standing rather than seated. Most business meetings I ever attend are seated. However, if you ever have to present something, then stand up and do it. This could be using a whiteboard, a flip chart, or a slide deck on a screen. Even if you have no visual aids to support you when presenting, if it is a formal presentation like a pitch, still stand up and give your report. When standing, we can make more use of our body language, can make full use of our hands for gestures. We are more visible to all members of the audience, no matter where they are seated, and we are more relaxed. When we are doing our gestures, we can also do them from a seated position, and we should do so. Don't allow the seating arrangements to constrict you. Use your hands to emphasize a point in coordination with your voice and facial expression. This troika is a powerful weapon in the persuasion war. Standing or seated, only ever maintain the one gesture for a maximum of 15 seconds. When teaching presentation skills, I notice some people never use any gestures, but others use the same one right throughout. If we hold that position for longer than 15 seconds, the power of that gesture dies and then just becomes annoying to the audience. Number 5, pause. We want the client to do most of the talking, guided by our well-designed questions. We need to introduce conversation gaps through pauses because the client must absorb what we have said. This means they shouldn't have to listen to anything we are saying now in competition with what we have just said. Pause, remain quiet, and let your key points sink in before continuing. Embrace the beauty of the pause. 6, posture. If seated, sit tall. We are here to convey reliability, trust, consistency, and attention to detail. A slob collapsed in the chair opposite isn't likely to succeed on that front. Japanese culture dictates that you sit ramrod straight and off the backrest of the chair. If standing, then stand tall. When standing, that means both legs are kept straight and perpendicular to the floor. Spreading your weight across your legs 60-40 or 70-30 looks far too casual and relaxed for a business meeting, especially when you are the supplicant salesperson. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It's awesome value, so please check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Touches in No Share show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews, wherever you get your podcast. Also, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television show. Every Friday, the Japan Business Mastery show, and every Saturday, Japan's top business interviews on YouTube. We appreciate your support. Please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses. And please join us in that endeavor. In episode 81, presenting rule number 1 is be clear. So, onegai itashimasu. Please join me next week to master business here, because that is what we are all about, isn't it? That is what we want. Japan business mastery.